Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here with Bromero Cards. I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to be using some products from the latest release from LDRS. We're going to be using the double stitched scallop square die and also the flower doodle stamps, die set, and layering stencils. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get our frame cut out with these dies. I'm just using some heavy white cardstock here, and we will place this first frame down, and then what we want to do is make a niddle here. So we're going to put the other square die in the center here, and when we get that popped out, there's the perfect frame. Beautiful. I love it. Simple, elegant. It just makes me happy. The next thing we're going to do is use some lovely watercolors paper here by LDRS, and I'm going to be using this little print here. It looks like little leaves, but it's got some like watercolor blues. I kind of want it to look like a sky, so that's what I did here, and I went ahead and got that cut out. Now we're going to go ahead and start ink blending. What I did was I took several colors from LDRS and placed this down onto my glass board, and we are going to do some ink blending. I decided to use a light pink here for the base layer for these flowers. And then next, as you see, there's some little pieces in the center. I decided to go with a little purple, like a lighter or a darker purple here, and just get that blended in. I would probably suggest using a smaller blending brush when doing that. The next thing is we're going to use some darker colors here. So this again is a darker purple by LDRS, and I'll use a darker pink also from LDRS. And once we get those settled down, then we'll start moving into the stems and the leaves, which is usually my favorite part because I think greens are kind of my favorite colors when it comes to stamping and things like that. So we're going to use the light green here and place that all along the stem. And then what we'll do is we'll do the same thing as we did as the other, and then come back with a darker green to get the detail of the stencil. But before that, we are going to use brown to do the center of the flowers, apparently. Here we go. We have the dark green. We'll go ahead and get that placed onto, blended onto the cardstock here. And then we are just going to use the matching coordinating die to cut these flowers out. This is amazing, you guys. I love any company that does this type of thing. Like, it's like the best. Now we're going to start assembling the card. Oh, and just for your information, there is a stamp set that goes along with this coordinating stencil, but I didn't use it. It's the black outline. I did not use it on this card, but just to let you know, there is an outline for this. If you wanted to ink blend with black lines, you could do that. All right, we're going to go ahead and place our square onto the card base, and then we are going to place foam tape behind the frame here because we are going to have this popped up onto our card. And now that we have that complete, we are going to go ahead and start placing our flowers onto our frame here. I just kind of messed around with it until I found something I liked, and I eventually found that. And now I'm going to start gluing things down onto the card base here to get the flower bouquet completed. And then as you see here, as I'm placing the last flower, I'm just getting a little bit of glue here. I probably could have put some foam tape behind this flower, especially towards the top, but it should be okay. There should be enough support for the flower to stay without any issues. Okay, so this is where things kind of turned into a disaster for a second. I decided I was going to put the sentiment right onto the card base, and everything was going smoothly. Everything was fine. I use some LDRS black ink here, and I go ahead and get that stamped down using the MISTI. And then as I'm getting that done, I promptly pick up the ink pad and drop it right onto the front of the card. And as you can see, it's kind of ruined. But we are able to fix this. We're able to fix this because this stamp set comes with a shadow die and a die for the sentiment. So I was able to save this card, thank goodness, because I spent a lot of time on it. I'm basically going to go ahead and get this inked up with the black ink again. Try not to drop the ink pad on it. And then I'll put it through the die cutting machine as I normally would. I want to make sure I get this pretty good and lined up because we want to make sure that it's going to cover that mistake. So we want to make sure that the black ink mark that's on there is going to be covered up by this piece. And voila, it's perfect. I'm going to put some foam tape on the back of this, and this card is going to be complete. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you head over to LDRS by using the links in the description to check out their latest release. Also, be sure to check them out over on Instagram and Facebook. While they have a bunch of different card making samples there, and you can play along and talk with your fellow LDRS creative friends. And also make sure you check me out over on Instagram by searching for Bromero Cards. And of course, you're watching it here on YouTube, so you already know where I am here. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it, and I will be back soon with a new video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.